Hi, it's Michelle Walker-Wade, your workplace literacy expert, and I am back again for another Get Mobilized moment. In my last video, we talked a little bit about a targeted job title and using the targeted job title as opposed to the objective statement. And in that video, I mentioned that I would come back again and talk to you a little bit about objective statements. Now, objective statements have been around for 50 years or more. You could find them as something that employers or recruiters were saying, this is very important that you put a objective on your resume. And now all of a sudden they're not quite as useful. Well, there's a reason for that. The reason objective statements aren't as important anymore is because, for the most part, humans are no longer reading your resume, unless you're, of course, applying for a job at a small business, or probably certain industries are still reading resumes by hand. But for the most part, resumes are being read by a computerized system. And when that's the case, then a targeted job title is much more important than an objective statement. But for on the occasions when an objective statement is needed, there's still a problem with the typical objective statement that we have seen for years, that we have written for years. And the problem with it is they're usually very vague, and they usually they're usually more about you. I'm looking for a position where I can utilize my problem-solving skills. And it's not about the employer. I'm looking for a position where I can help facilitate or manage change in an organization that's in transition. So you see the difference. One is all about I'm looking for some place to use my skills, and the other one is all about I'm looking for some place where I can help you solve some problems. And so that is a problem with the typical objective statement, is that it's all about the person who is writing the objective statement, or about the person on whom the resume is regarding. Employers these days, they want to know, how can you help me and how can you solve my problems? It's not so much about you honing in or building up your skills by working for us. There are times when the economy is doing really well, where employers will bring in certain entry-level or graduate recent graduates so that they can kind of help shape and mold them into the culture of that company. But right now, with business moving as fast as it is with so many businesses in the financial turmoil that they're in, with so many businesses having to cut back employees, and the employees who are left are doing multiple jobs, and they need to do them well, and they need to do them with expertise, and they need to do them with the skill. There's no real time to, right now at least, there's no real time to get someone for whom we're going to have to build your skills, or give you the time and space to build your skills. What employers need right now, and it's just because of the economic times, they need people who can do the job, who come in and bring what it takes to solve the problems that the business is having, who've had the experience of working a major project on a very small shoestring budget and minimal amount of time, with sometimes in these cases minimal amount of resources, but have the experience that it takes to know how to make things happen in these kind of economic times. That's why they're looking for people who can do something for them more so right now. And that's something that's going to go on for a while. It's going to be that way for a while. So it behooves you to get an objective statement that tells the employer exactly what you can do to help them with their problem, which means you have to understand their business need, and you have to make sure that your resume is targeted at their business need and what you can do to help. Now remember, the objective statement sits at the top of the page. It sits in a very prominent area. It's the first thing recruiters and employers see right when they finish looking at your contact information. So if you have not taken time to make a statement, a very loud and broad statement, and broad, I don't mean vague, I mean broad as in loud and clear statement, exactly what it is that you plan to do for them, right at the top of the page, you've lost the employer's attention. So you want to take some time, Put time into those objective statements. Make sure they are targeted to the job. Make sure they are targeted to the employer and their industry. Make sure somehow it indicates that you understand what that business, or what that industry, what that job needs and requires, and how you can fit the bill. I hope this has helped you. Again, this is Michelle Walker Wade, your Workplace Literacy and Career Strategy Specialist. Have a great day.